The sun was setting as I made my way to the park, the vibrant hues of the sky reflecting off the serene lake. It was a tranquil scene, and I relished the opportunity to escape the hustle of city life for a moment of peace. As I strolled along the winding path, a dilapidated carousel came into view, its once colorful horses now faded and chipped. Despite its weathered appearance, the carousel held a strange allure. Drawn to its eerie charm, I approached it cautiously. The rusted gears creaked as if awakening from a long slumber, and the lights flickered to life, casting an ethereal glow over the decrepit ride. I couldn't resist the temptation and decided to take a nostalgic ride. I hopped onto an empty horse, the worn saddle feeling cold and uncomfortable beneath me. The carousel started moving at an unusually fast pace, and a sense of unease settled in the pit of my stomach. The cheerful melody that usually accompanied such rides was replaced by a haunting, discordant tune that sent shivers down my spine. I tried to get off, but the carousel seemed to have a mind of its own, refusing to stop. The world blurred around me as the ride picked up speed, the lights around me merging into a disorienting haze. When the carousel finally screeched to a halt, I found myself in an unfamiliar part of the park. The once idyllic scenery had transformed into a desolate and eerie landscape. The moon was obscured by thick clouds, casting a sinister gloom over everything. Panic set in as I realized I was lost, disoriented, and completely alone. I tried to retrace my steps, but the park seemed to have twisted and rearranged itself. The path that once led me to the carousel now seemed to vanish into the darkness. Each turn I took only led me deeper into the labyrinth of shadows, as if the park itself was playing a sinister game. With each step, I felt a growing presence around me, as if unseen eyes were watching my every move. Whispers echoed through the still air, and I could have sworn I heard faint laughter carried by the wind. As I ventured further, I stumbled upon a derelict playground, its swings moving back and forth in a ghostly manner. A chill crept up my spine as I noticed a small figure standing near the swing set, shrouded in darkness. Feeling a strange mixture of fear and compassion, I called out to the figure. It turned, revealing a hollow-eyed child whose features were obscured by shadow. The child beckoned for me to come closer, but something about their presence filled me with an inexplicable dread. Hesitant, I approached, my heart pounding in my chest. "Are you lost?" I asked, my voice trembling. The child's reply was a chilling whisper. "We are all lost here." I felt a pull, an irresistible urge to follow the child into the depths of the park. My mind screamed at me to resist, but an unnatural force seemed to guide my steps. With each passing moment, the world around me grew more surreal and twisted, as if I had stepped into a nightmarish realm. The child led me to a hidden clearing where a circle of ancient, gnarled trees stood like silent sentinels. Their branches twisted and contorted, giving the impression of grasping hands eager to claim unwary souls. In the center of the circle was a stone pedestal, adorned with strange symbols and glowing with an otherworldly light. My heart pounded with dread as the child gestured for me to step onto the pedestal. "Join us," the child whispered, their voice now distorted and unnatural. I shook my head, fighting against the pull. "No, I can't stay here, I need to go back." But the child's grip was unyielding and my resistance seemed futile. As I stepped onto the pedestal, an overwhelming sense of despair washed over me, as if I had become a part of something far beyond my comprehension. The ground shook violently and the trees began to writhe and twist, their branches reaching towards me like skeletal hands. An ancient guttural voice echoed through the clearing, a chorus of spectral whispers surrounding me. In my moment of despair, I remembered the carousel and the unsettling tune that had accompanied my ride. With a desperate leap of faith, I began to hum the haunting melody, hoping that it might break the hold of this nightmarish realm. To my surprise, the ground beneath me ceased its tremors, and the trees recoiled. The child's grip loosened, and a sense of hope surged through me. Encouraged, I sang louder, pouring all my fear and determination into the song. As the last note faded, the world around me seemed to shatter like glass. The child and the twisted trees vanished, and I found myself back at the carousel. The sky had returned to its serene hues, and the park looked just as it had when I first arrived. I quickly made my way out of the park, my heart still racing from the encounter. The once enticing carousel now stood silent and still, no longer holding any allure for me. I never returned to that park again, but the memory of that night haunts me to this day. I cannot forget the chilling presence of that lost child, or the sinister secrets that the park concealed. It serves as a stark reminder that some places hold dark and terrifying mysteries, and venturing into the unknown can lead to a nightmarish fate that one may never escape.